Nearly 2 years after the tragic explosion at Lakeland Mills, we've learned there will be no charges in the case. BC's Criminal Justice Branch has opted not to proceed with criminal charges against the company in relation to the deadly incident. It comes as no surprise to some.
It was an explosion and fire that claimed the lives of 2 Lakeland workers, Al Little and Glenn Roche, while injuring scores of others. Now, the Criminal Justice Branch has opted not to proceed with criminal charges against Lakeland Mills. In its decision, the branch states, based on the evidence that would likely be available for presentation by Crown Counsel in court, the branch has concluded that there is no substantial likelihood of conviction for any of the regulatory offences recommended by WorkSafe BC. It was not a surprise to the union, which represents Lakeland employees.
No, I'm not. I didn't think that there would be anything different that WorkSafe would have done. Nobody had said to them, this is what you have to do, so they followed the same logical and analysis that they were using with Babine to Lakelands.
It was the same finding for Hampton Mills with respect to the Babine forest products. That prompted Premier Christy Clark to order a separate investigation. But Frank Everett says while the union will do its best on behalf of the employees and their families, an inquiry might not be the answer.
People have talked to us about whether an inquiry would do the trick in the case of Babine, so I'm sure that the conversation will happen with Lakeland's folks as well. The difficulty with inquiries is that they take substantial amount of time to get to. We've already waited 2 years, so if we wait another 2 years, maybe 3-4 years, what are we going to accomplish at the end of that kind of a period?
WorkSafe BC had concluded an exhaustive investigation into the cause of those 2 mill explosions, and still a lot of questions.
We don't have any concrete proof what that is. They've said clearly that dust is a problem, and we accept that dust is a problem because we've done the tests of that. So what we need to have is a proper dust audit of all of our operations to make sure that they're consistently looked after so that we don't have another one.
In its decision, the Criminal Justice Branch states it realizes the impacts of this decision will be significant on the injured and their families, but it has a constitutional obligation to act in a fair and objective manner. Cheryl Jan, CKPG News.
Meanwhile, the Justice Minister has ordered an inquest into the Lakeland Mills case. The inquest will involve a thorough review of the causes and contributing factors. The BC Coroners Service is also considering whether the 2 inquests should be combined into one.